Every woman thinks she's a queen until she meets a man who doesn't tolerate drama, demands respect, and shows her that being a queen requires grace, confidence, and mutual effort, not entitlement.
Then women wanted strong men, men with potential. I don't even think today recognize what potential is in a man. Back then, women looked for potential in a man. Like, I could build a family with this man. I could build a house with this man. Back then, women wanted strong men.
And that's the part we're going to focus on, because I got a video of a woman finally admitting that most women choose weak men. And for this reason, let's get into it. What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Rome, back with another video. If you're new to the platform, welcome to the tribe. By the end of this video, I hope you subscribe. So first of all, I want to address this real quick because I just saw this in the comments recently. As you guys know, unless you've been living under a rock, obviously TikTok has been banned. And somebody is under the impression that just because I'm temporarily, I repeat, temporarily demonetized, and the fact that TikTok is banned, all of a sudden this channel is dead. Sir, it just goes to show you there are some people out here that really don't pay attention to the details when it comes to this channel, because if they did, they would probably recognize that half, maybe even more, I would argue maybe even more than half of the content that I react to actually comes from other sources. Facebook and Instagram, for example. So, yeah, it is what it is. And to be honest with you, I don't even think it's going anywhere. But, you know, there's some people that want it to stay. There's some people that want it gone. Either way, you guys, I'm good. Now, the video that I'm going to be reacting to, however, is very, very intriguing, because I think this is the first time that I've really heard a woman say this, verbalize it this way. Check this video out, y'all.
See, a lot of women will go and get beta males because he's not gonna say a thing. He's gonna let you run amok. He's gonna let you do what you want to do. And we we've gotten to the point where we don't want to be alone, but so we want somebody.
Yes. Yep.
But then we want somebody that's not gonna tell us nothing.
Right.
We
Right.
want somebody that's not gonna hold us accountable. We want somebody we could talk to, flip out the mouth.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
We, at the end of the day, the whole thing is we wanted to escape order. So we fled to independence because we wanted to escape order, because the order that we saw was not really order.
You must unlearn what you have learned.
So let me talk about the bad word here.
Go ahead.
Submission.
But we can't forget about that other word too.
That's right, ladies.
That's not a bad word. I don't think that's a bad word. I don't.
No.
Oh,
it's
okay.
a bad word by nature.
Oh, okay. Got you.
If you say it to the average woman, especially one that's out of order, she's gonna say, "I want a part of that."
Right.
See, a lot of women.
And she's 100% correct, because I don't know, and this is just, I guess you could say, an opinion / observation. But doesn't it seem like in the past few years they have tried to make what we would consider being beta or being a weak man? Women have tried to paint a picture as if that is the new masculine. Like the type of man that she was describing, women are trying to portray that to other men as, no, this is what being masculine is. You let me do what I want to do. You let me walking all over you, and you just weathering the storm and still doing what the hell you're supposed to do, because that makes you a real man. That makes you an alpha man. Bro, if it's one thing that I have stressed on this channel, is trying to tell you guys that there are two things that I know for certain that women that think like this measure you by: how much they can extract from you and how much you're going to let them get away with. How flexible are you going to be with your boundaries? Women who think like that, these are the two things that are on their mind. I'm telling you. And the one part that really bothers me the most is men being demonized for having these boundaries anyway. And our very own Dr. Bryant, even she agrees with this. Check this video out.
But see, that's a real father who's telling me right for wrong. So my point of telling you is when a man comes in and says, why didn't you pick up your phone? To fatherless girls, that's controlling. To a woman who had a father who loved her, who served me, who doted on me. Do you hear what I'm saying? To me, you're a husband. Now, if you let me go out to 10, 12, 11 o'clock at night and you don't show any concern, guess what? I wouldn't gaslight you. You couldn't cut me off. I'd ask you not to call me no more. Dang. Because how come you weren't concerned about your woman that you have an intent of wanting to marry or an intention of being a family man or a husband? So I'm just showing you that men out there, when you get women who are not used to what protection looks like, you don't need to down her or you don't need to, disempower her, but you need to check with yourself and say, wait a minute. I want a woman, whether she's fatherless or not, who is open and receptive to a man protecting her. Yeah. Because this is the thing, if ladies want a man to provide, then you got to let that man also protect. Because you can't ask to have all your bills paid, but then you don't want this man to be able to put boundaries around what is conducive for him to be activated in a way that wants to love and provide for you. Because men need activation too. Y'all do matter and y'all do exist in your emotions is what I'm saying. It's not always about, happy wife, happy life. I do like that. I do love that because I'm a wife. But see, that's a real.
Since when was she a wife? I didn't know she was married. Or is she trying to say that like she's wifey material? Is that what she's trying to say? I had to address the part at the end because I already know guys gonna watch this and go at her in the comments. But however, she did bring up something very, very interesting, and sometimes it makes me wonder, especially when it comes to black women, why they're so rebellious against leadership. Do you think it is because there's the single mother rate is so high because of all the fatherless homes? Do you think maybe that's a reason why? Let me know in the comments because that may be the connection. However, you can make a case that even in the cases where the father is present, that's you still get the same outcome. But anyway, I really like to know what y'all think if there's a connection with the fatherless homes as far as women being rebellious against leadership. Let's keep it moving.
Well, it depends. Do you want him hanging out with women when you're not there?
I didn't care if he communicated.
Yeah. Okay. You saying that? You're all saying I want a strong man who's going to lead, who's got his shit together, who isn't in his feelings. But then on the other hand, you're like, but I also want him to let me hang out with my guy friends.
Well, let me ask you this. Why does a man, not wanting you to hang out with a guy friend equate to a strong man? Why does that make him a strong man?
Why do I need a leash?
Well, it depends. Do you want him hanging out with women when you're not there?
I didn't care if he communicated.
Yeah.
Okay, I hear what you're saying, but I pay attention to what women do, not what they say. So if you say, I'm fine with my boyfriend going off and hanging out with his girl who's a friend, it doesn't bother me. What I'm hearing is that's not a guy you really want. That's not a guy that you're actually into who really like.
Maybe you're speaking for yourself, but for me, that's not what happened. I loved him. I wanted a whole future with him.
But not enough to not hang out with the guy friends. Right. You're all saying...
I don't know, man, but ain't that a bit contradicting? Think about this for a second. You wanted a whole future with him, which be safe to assume marriage and kids, right? At some point, wouldn't you be cutting off those guy friends if you're married? That's why that answer don't make sense to me, bro. And this is why sometimes reacting to these videos can be very triggering because sometimes I be wondering, like, do women really be paying attention to what they be saying? On one hand, you're going to sit over here and say that I want an entire future with him. You mean to tell me you expected him to be okay with you having these guy friends around for the rest of your life? That's weird, bro. See, what I tell you, bro. They measure you by how much how many boundaries can I push? Let's keep it moving.
Telling y'all, give a fuck about them. Don't care. This is what they want. When you don't care and you lie to them, they love you more. Thanks. When you real with them and you really trying to hold them down, they don't give a fuck about you. Thanks. I'm telling you, all they telling you to do is to not give a fuck about them, because the dudes that slept with them and gave them the kids was the one that didn't give a fuck about them. The nice guy finished last 100 times out of 100.
But he still finishes.
100 times out of 100. At some point, y'all gonna have to understand that y'all are the ones that's causing the destruction of these families and this culture right now.
So it's not the men that's creating these families and walking.
Every day.
It's not all because you don't want to put up with all this shit.
Y'all choose for yourselves, y'all chose wrong 100 times out of 100.
Per you.
No, y'all did.
Per you.
Better for what? What do I got to look forward to?
Better for their family, better for their
Better
partner,
for their
kids.
Better is worse. Listen, the better I get, the more you don't want me. Y'all want
that makes absolutely no sense.
Hello.
He's just spewing bullshit.
The reason why y'all don't want these ain't shit niggas, because if you got a dude that's on something, you got to be on something. But you ain't shit.
Wait a minute.
That nigga got a point.
Yeah, because even he low-key lost me for a minute, but he made perfect sense. Basically, what he's saying, basically what both of them are saying really is that a man that is going to hold you accountable, hold you to a certain standard because he's reached a certain level, those are the men that y'all say y'all want, but y'all don't really want to deal with them because, once again, they come with these boundaries these kind of women and accountability that these women don't want to deal with. And you saw that for yourself in full display, because the one woman who kept saying, per you, why you don't ever want to blame the men? Why is sweetheart, you even admitted in that same episode that you had your children young. So when you talk like that, it's coming from a place of hurt, ma'am. Especially when it comes to black men, you do realize that majority of black men are childless. Look up the numbers. Blackdemographics.com. 54%. Meanwhile, 39% for black women are childless. And keep in mind that there's more black women in America than there are black men. So, what are we talking about here? Y'all so quick to say, why y'all don't blame men? Because it's such a small percentage of them having all the damn kids. At least the ones that are not married anyway. Which is another 30%. So you add that to the 54, and what are you left with? It's ladies. Oh my God, I tell you, bro. It's just a simple search. Easy math and a simple search. Let's keep it moving.
I know nothing about hair care, right? Okay, if you're talking and teaching me about laying baby hairs down, I don't know about that, so I'm gonna shut the fuck up. I'm gonna be quiet because I don't know that. I don't know anything about it. But for some reason, women seem to love to talk about shit that they don't fucking know about. I don't understand why. If you cannot keep your lights on and you haven't kept the same cell phone for over 7 months because you can't pay that bill, why the fuck are you talking when I'm talking about finance? Why would you ever say a word? You have changed your number 7 times in the past 7 months. Be quiet. I am trying to show you how you can continue to pay your cell phone bill and keep the same number for over a month. Why the hell I gotta fight with you to lead you to success? Has there ever been a time that your man told you to be quiet and you just didn't be quiet?
Yeah, of course.
Why?
Because I thought I knew it all at the time.
Did you know it all?
Talking.
Did you know it?
Of course not.
I fucking triggered. I love that kind of man. Women, shut.
Yeah, the reason why she's talking while you over here talking about finance is because she doesn't want you to show her how she can keep her bills paid. She just wants you to pay them for her. Let's keep it moving.
Women don't want to be wrong. They'd rather lie than be wrong. It's their nature. It's not a bad thing. Women run from submittance in relationships. Let me say this. Men commit in relationships. A woman cannot commit in a relationship. I don't care. Oh, she won't commit. She broke her commitment. She broke her commitment. She never was committed, bro. They can't. When a man commits to a relationship or a marriage with a woman, he does that in thoughts that it is forever. When a woman submits, she does that in thoughts that this is fucking awesome. And he's awesome. And I love this. And I'm getting what I want. As soon as that stops, she's like, I'm not happy. And she fucking leaves. She will tear your whole family and legacy apart, bro. And we know this is a fact.
I went on the date. This man told me, he says, I like women that like me. And I was like, you know what? That's an OG statement, but it's so perfect. Older people, they don't have time for the fluff and stuff. Anytime I date an older guy, they're not playing any games, okay? If they have a smidge of like, I don't think she likes me, they'll be done with you. Versus a guy your age or younger, they're like, she's not acting super excited, but I'm still gonna take her on another date. They'll still try. Older guys are like, I don't think you like me, so yeah, we're not dating anymore. I went on the
How much you want to bet just based off of her facial expressions? More than likely she's dating younger men. Y'all let me know what y'all thought about this. If you're new to the platform, please subscribe. OGs, I appreciate the love and support. Make sure y'all hit that bell notification. That way y'all know what I'm uploading. Hit the like button because that's the algorithm. And helps me reach a broader audience. Also look out for the travel vlog channel, Unplugged Traveler. Link is in the description. Until the next video, y'all. Deuces.